Hi everybody, I hope you're having a great day. In this video I'm going to be covering Luther Strode. He made his first appearance in The Strange Talent of Luther Strode, issue number 1, in October of 2011. He's occasionally referred to as Louis, and he stands 6 feet 7 inches tall and weighs 340 pounds, having brown eyes that when he's upset turn red, along with long blonde hair. Now, a DNA test would show that he is 100% absolute human, but he has somehow unlocked the ability to perfect every aspect of his humanity, be it physical or mental. This has led to him having moderate superhuman strength, being able to rip a grown man in two with his bare hands, as well as batter through many types of concrete or heavy steel doors. And naturally, that also means that he has moderate superhuman durability, eventually getting to the point that even bullets just barely penetrate his skin and get lodged in his muscle mass. Now, if injuries like this do occur, he also has perfected his mental and physical connection so that he's generated a form of healing factor, which has been shown to be strong enough for him to recover from being completely disemboweled. Oh, and by the way, he's locked out his sensation of pain. But in reference to his other senses, he's increased these to superhuman levels. Luther is also extremely fast and agile, at his maximum being able to dodge bullets that are fired from a relatively close range, as well as being fast enough to seemingly disappear from the view of normal humans. This physical and mental acuity has also given him perfect marksmanship, in addition to having what's known as a danger sense, which is a form of precognition, or, if you're a Marvel fan, something like a spider sense. And he can do this all day, having ridiculous stamina and being functionally immortal. And if I didn't mention, his perfected mind means that he's an absolute genius. Now, originally, Luther started out as an average guy, actually being what many people considered a nerd, being small, clumsy, and even having the stereotypical glasses. He was a school-age student that lived alone with his mother due to them fleeing from his abusive father. He basically had one good friend named Pete, who happened to share his interest in comic books and video games. Although Luther was normally bullied by some guys at school and lacked the respect of many girls as well, his luck would change when one day he sent in for a bodybuilding course from the back of an old comic book that he had found. What he didn't know is that the instruction manual that he'd received back would work a lot better than he thought it would, and that it actually came from an ancient cult. This so-called course was named the Hercules Method, and it prompted the reader to focus on the mind, body, and spirit to bring them into perfect harmony to accomplish one single goal, which was the absolute perfection of your being. It didn't take very long after he started for him to start to realize very strange occurrences, such as preemptively seeing his mom drop some plates before she actually did, which allowed him to stop this from happening as well as preventing a big cleanup. Even at school, it seemed that Luther passively gave off pheromones that made him irresistible to females. His biggest crush, named Petra, actually being in a situation where she not only talked to him, but ended up kissing him, later becoming his girlfriend. This was around the same time that he put his high school bully named Paul, who had messed with him one too many times, into a neck brace just with one punch. In the following 6 weeks, Luther dove completely into the Hercules Method, and as he did, his scrawny body grew taller and more heavily layered with muscle, and his mind got faster, sharper, and more focused. He's now a hulking, quote-unquote, perfect human being, and his newfound abilities lead him to become a crime-fighting superhero, as well as catching the attention of some very powerful enemies, such as the man named the Librarian, who's actually the mysterious keeper of the Herculean Method that hands out thousands of copies of this manuscript every year, looking to find talented and prospective students who could come under him. Luther was the only one in many years to show an innate promise, and it turns out that the Librarian knew everything about him and his family, having the ultimate goal of turning Luther into the perfect killer. Needless to say, this leads to Luther being at odds with the Librarian, as well as other talented practitioners of the method like them. More and more of these perfect beings coming out of the woodworks, such as Binder, Jack the Ripper, and the very first of their craft, who just so happened to be the firstborn man and killer on Earth from the Bible, named Cain. Now, for his powers and abilities, and his influence on the Image Comics universe, for my 1 to 10 rating, I'll give Luther Strode a rating of 7, which is a master rating. I hope everyone enjoyed this video. I'll talk to you next time. Be sure to like and subscribe to The New Sage.